Hey guys, Stephanie here. If this is the first time that you've joined me on one of my live videos, I'm Stephanie Mitchell. I help busy moms to up-level their family's health using natural remedies and also to live their life by design by learning to live every day with intention. So today is Oil Tip Tuesday. Every Tuesday I like to share some sort of fun essential oil tip, share with you some of the ways that I like to use them in my home, or feature a certain product. So today I am going to feature one of my very favorite oil blends. It's called Breathe. So I'm focusing on this blend. For those of you who are on my team in my oil tribe, I'm focusing on this one because we can get it for free this month, right? So anyway, this is one of my very favorite oils. It packs a powerful punch. It's really a must-have for everybody, especially if you are a mom who wants to really keep your kids healthy all year round. So this one's been a major player in our house for sure. In fact, just a few months ago, my husband really experienced the power of this by seeing how it worked for our 2-year-old. So Breathe really is a huge immune boosting oil. So it's a respiratory blend that contains oils like eucalyptus and peppermint that really opens up the airways, and it works so well. In fact, we were at the doctor a few weeks ago for something totally unrelated, and we were talking about oils and how we like to use them in our house, and he said, oh my gosh, yeah, we really love oils too, and we love to recommend them to our patients, especially Breathe oil, because we know that it's so effective at dilating the airways. So I thought that was super cool, that even the medical community is realizing the benefits of using essential oils safely and effectively. So anyway, a few months ago, I was in Chicago teaching some oil classes, and so my husband was left with the kiddos at home, and one of our sons, our youngest, our 2-year-old, he had been exposed to some sort of immune threat, and so he definitely needed some immune support, some respiratory support. He sounded pretty barky, definitely needed a little bit of clearing. So my husband calls me up and he's like, oh my gosh, what do? I don't know, what oils do I use on him? And he took the day off of work because he didn't want to leave our 2-year-old in the care of somebody else that had to deal with it. So he was home with the baby, and I said, just take Breathe and put it on his chest every hour or so. So I had him use Breathe Touch, which is these touch oils doTERRA makes pre-diluted specially for kids, which is awesome. So they are diluted to a really great ratio for safety and effectiveness just for little ones. So it's already diluted, safe, and all that. And I said, just use that on the chest with some thyme and white fir, which are also really great for the respiratory and immune system. So I had him do that like every hour. So here's the thing with oils. It's always better to use less amounts more often rather than use a bunch at a time, because it's safer. Obviously, you don't want to use a ton of oils at a time, but also they're much more effective when you just use a little bit consistently. So he did that all day. And one of our good friends was over. Hey, Stacy and Paul. So one of our friends was over, and he's a huge oil skeptic. Like, totally doesn't really think that there's much science behind them at all, doesn't think they work. Well, my husband was using Breathe on our son regularly throughout the day. And then by the end of the day, by that evening, he had a complete turnaround. And he slept soundly, and our friend was like, well, I just don't really know that a kid that age could experience a placebo effect, so maybe there is something to these oils. And so we love this one. We love this one. It's definitely a must-have. And I also learned back in September, I got the pleasure to hear a microbiologist and researcher who works at the Johns Hopkins Medical School. And she had no idea what essential oils are, but her elderly mother, who was in her 80s, would always be exposed to these immune threats because she worked at a dress shop. She owned a dress shop, so she was always in contact with the public. She's more susceptible because she's older. And so oftentimes throughout the year, she would get hospitalized once or twice. Well, her daughter, the researcher, noticed that her mom had stayed healthy all year, and she was like, Mom, what's the deal? I noticed that you've been really healthy this season. And her mom said, yeah, it's because of that Breathe oil. And this lady was like, what? Breathe oil? Like, what are you talking about? And so she started going to like just regular health food stores or whatever. She's like, I'm going to test these things. I'm going to see what they're doing in the lab. And she bought some oils, and some of them didn't even do anything. And so she went back to her mom, was like, well, what exactly is this? And she gave her the bottle of the doTERRA breed, which is a whole different ballpark of quality. And she started studying these oils and saw that they do some really powerful things when they're tested in the lab. So they're doing a lot of research on it to see kind of, you know, the power of these oils. So anyway, I suggest trying it, especially if you're a mom. Sue, you love Breathe for your asthma. Awesome. Yeah, it definitely really works to open up those airways. You can just even like open the bottle and just smell it, and it helps just from smelling it. So if you have any like seasonal discomfort in the spring and summer from changes in the air and need some extra respiratory support from any sinus discomfort, stuff like that, it's really great for that too. That's one of the reasons my husband loves it for himself. So anyway, give it a try. And if you want more oil tips and tricks, if you want to learn how you can use them for health in your home, I have a webinar coming up this Thursday. I'll put the link to register in the comments below, and I invite you to join us so you can learn how you can revolutionize your healthcare in your house. So you guys have a good day. That's all I have for you, and I will talk to you with more oil tips next Tuesday. Have a good day, guys.